Nick Schulman, this is a match Team USA has to have.
They sure do, Jimmy. Obviously, Van Boening just struggled, and Justin struggled a little bit yesterday. Maybe that kind of works to their benefit, where they can both find a little something. If one of them is struggling, it might be more, I don't know, daunting to not want to let your teammate down. They both are in a little bit of a rut. Maybe they can come with it here, but Sean Filler, Jimmy, looking on the lefties are looking awfully good. We'll see.
Yeah, if you had to pick two of the best players from Team Europe to date, it might be these two, and that's what faces Justin Bergman and Shane Van Boening. But they can ill afford to go 3 behind, because then they know that they can't be in front on day 2. So this is close. This is very close, this lag.
Looks like the Europeans have it by a hair.
Yep, I'm with you.
Shane. It's blue ball, obvious.
So I wonder at what point John Lehman's going to get
maybe
out.
Not.
No way.
A relag.
The rare relag.
Well, this is going to be close too.
Oh, come on now. Okay.
Just Europe that time. Just Europe.
Decent little performance from Filler last match, Jimmy.
You know something?
My goodness.
You can only ever control what you're doing. You can't control what your opponent does. But the unforced misses from Van Boening were pivotal. And Filler, well, there were no misses from his cue. But man, he plays with a lot of confidence. And how's that for a start?
Plays with a lot of confidence, and yeah, that break is really going for him as well. Huge. Wing ball flies in.
So Nick, I'm going to ask you, you've made a bad call. What sort of mindset do you make now? You pull back into your seat and ruffle your chips, and how do you get it right?
Well, you have to shake it off. Van Boening knows that. Bergman knows that. I mean, what else but to do your best next time at the table, but easier said than done. This is a rhythm game. These boys are dead dialed in. Filler came up a smidge high, but shouldn't be an issue here.
A little careless there, a little closer to the cushion than he might have liked, but it shouldn't pose any problems at all for Josh. The way Filler plays, you're in a state of shock if you ever see him miss a ball.
I don't recall him missing a ball yet in the cup. He may have, but certainly nothing, not a glaring miss.
And they're off to a dream start. Two of the best left-handers on the planet. Paired up to try and bring it home for Marcus Chamat and Team Europe. 1-0. Filler and Shaw off to a flyer. Settle back in their seats, and it'll be Shane and Justin to break in rack number 2.
Shane a little bit slumped over there, Jimmy. Not exactly exuding confidence at the moment, maybe just relaxing. It's all right, he is Shane Van Boening after all. One of the best players of all time.
Yeah, I mentioned in the preceding rack, just before he missed the 9, that he was destined to become one of the best players, if not the best player that America has ever produced. And then right on cue, missed the 9.
Right, of course, but that is indeed true. I mean, if he retired today, he's in the discussion. I don't think he's quite there at the top just because he hasn't quite put the time in as some, but I mean, he's right there already, only 36.
Yeah, still, he's got some years that he can establish himself. Quite an outdoorsman is Shane when he's not playing pool, now taking up golf too, so.
What a huge break this is for USA, down 4-2 in the overall, down 1-0 in this match. They desperately need a little bit of momentum here. Ball goes in. Will they get a shot, Jimmy? Oh, this is exactly what they needed.
Yeah, no obstacles at all. He'd like to bottle up this break. He could sell it every nine-ball tournament in the world. And I think both Justin and Shane play at a very similar pace too, which will help them. As do Shaw and Filler.
Yeah. I think at times Justin is slightly more methodical than Shane, but
yeah, watching these guys go through the motions, I think every one of the players to a man will acknowledge that this match table is playing a little bit tougher than match tables in the Mosconi Cup in past years.
Those pockets are small, yeah.
Deep shelves and that's an important rack.
Massive rack for the Americans. For these guys.
Big run out and 1-1. As Shane and Justin will settle into their chairs. There's been a huge amount of American support that have made their way here to Nevada in the desert, in a city of entertainment. And the Mosconi Cup never fails to provide that.
A lot of tremendous pool coming in 2020. The World Pool Masters, Shane and Filler will be in there 26th through the 29th of March. And the U.S. Open right here at Mandalay Bay, the 13th through the 18th.
And Josh Filler will be defending his title there.
Jimmy. Sure will. A nice feeling there to get that 9-ball back in the bottom left. He stayed composed after missing that shot too. You know, I mean, obviously he was just so disgusted and so deflated, but he just didn't show it. No, it looked like Filler kind of gave him a little needle too when he came to the. Did you see that kind of smirky? You know,
I don't think there's a lot of love lost.
No, it doesn't feel that way at all.
Well, he's having a little bit of a sound problem. Is Jayson Shaw? These players are all mic'd up, by the way, and you will hear them talking. And
come on, pal.
When they do start conversing with each other, and Jayson loves to chat, we're going to let you listen in.
Great break. Looks like that one is settling by the top right consistently. Did the 4 get in the way, Jimmy?
Well, he certainly hampered queuing over the 9. So even if this one is available, it's not going to be easy.
Looks like it is. You're right. The elevated queuing makes this awfully tricky. If you hit it just left or right of center, the poles swerve.
It's tough.
Always looking to attack, too. Players at this level, they never want to give up the table.
30 seconds.
Now, would he be brave enough here, Nick, to try and
go for the
slow roll this?
Half a pocket, I believe.
Drop that cue ball behind the pins.
Yeah, you do that, but you stick the cue ball behind you too. Stun it off the 4 and draw the cue ball in behind that. You know what I mean? Extension.
Extension, please.
Like that. Stun it out and leave the white there.
Well, let's see what they've opted for. Must have been trying the combination.
I think he might have been trying to hit it a bit thickly into the 4 where the 1 comes 1-2 out, and maybe stick him on the 2, or maybe the combo because he just shoots so straight. But either way, what a tremendous look for the Americans. This is very much the key to this rack. the 2 to the 3. He's pointing to the part of the rail where he'd like to hit 1, 2 just above the 6. Come on down. You don't want to get snookered on the 9, and you don't really want to run into the 6. A little bit touchy here. Does he get there? I believe he just did.
Yeah, I think once he cleared that side pocket, he was going to be good on the 3.
This is also a little bit delicate because he has to draw back where the 9 impedes the natural route slightly. Should go just above it. Real nicely done. Look at that stroke. If you notice, Shane uses a bit more of the table than some others too. He really lets that stroke out. A lot of people would just draw back a couple of feet, but he likes to use the rails. He unleashed that arm.
Always a sign of confidence, too.
Yeah.
That was nicely played. So Shane and Justin look like they're going to take advantage of that mistake from Team Europe. And if nothing else, well, just gets by the 9. If nothing else, erase the memories of that first match that Van Boening lost. Because Van Boening will close out day 2 in a singles match against Alex Kazakis. So he's got to stay positive and in the moment.
He does.
Yeah, this is a tough shot. A little thinner than Shane would have liked to have left his partner.
Yeah, the side pocket that he's queuing over right now is very much in play. Oh, he's coming back and forth for the 8 uptown. Gotta go, Jimmy.
Yeah, Shane's going to have to straighten his bank out and try and not get in the side pocket, but just left his partner a little too much to do there.
Maybe he can cut it uptown, straighten it out indeed if he goes for it.
Oh, is he trying to cut this in? Looks like he's playing to hit it thin. Oh, safety. Well, pretty good control
Smart
of both
shot.
balls.
Yeah. Note that he froze the cue ball on the rail, essentially. Always a good thing.
Yeah, I kind of like the fact they took their medicine there, too. You know, they didn't try and force the issue. You know, keep the initiative. Because Europe's got to come with a good shot now.
Watch.
Tricky shot here. Perhaps he's trying to bank the 8 on the right side and just down to the bottom rail she's shooting off of. Oh, he just goes for it. Did it just roll far enough, Jimmy? I believe it did.
Yeah, he just offered his hand an apology. I think it did, too.
Certainly the bank cross corner is available. You have to watch the kiss. Bergman's a great banker, one pocket player, a lot of experience. And it just drops, Jimmy. And Shane has another tester on the 9 after already having missed one today. This is a huge shot.
Great shot, though, from Bergman.
Sure was. Beauty.
How bad did Shane Van Boening need that? Into the same pocket that he missed the 9 in the preceding match. A much trickier 9 deposited. 2-1, Team USA. And that one pocket shot that you alluded to, Bergman.
Just gorgeous. Uses the low right to spin out, miss the kiss. Left Shane a tester, but he knows he has a former world champion as a partner.
Yeah, there'll be a lot more Mosconi Cup action coming at you. You won't want to miss it. Well, they've won the last 2 racks. Team USA enjoying a 2-1 lead at this juncture of the match, in a match that a lot of people feel is vital for them. They trail 4-2 overall, and there's how day 2 is going to unfold. We've got 2 more singles matches, sandwiching a doubles match. And you can hear the crowd trying to push their boys over the finish line. And they have come out strong to support Team USA. Van Boening with the break and an opportunity to increase that lead.
Struggled a bit breaking in a singles match. Let's see. Oh, real nice. Awfully thin, Jimmy.
Yeah. And position, not a formality from the 1 to the 2. You know, there was always a rule of thumb in the snooker game, Nick, which was my background. If the rewards weren't worth the risks, don't take the risks. Well, that worked out okay.
Certainly did. Multiple pockets were flirted with there. What a beautiful shot by Bergman, slicing that in. Risk reward, Jimmy. Huge thing to calculate on the pool table, on the snooker table.
It's the name of the game, isn't it? Sometimes it's worth sending a message to your opponent that you have no fear. There's always some value there. That psychological game that's played off the table. But like everything else, it's really about execution. They all know how to do it. Sometimes you just got to get out of their own way.
Shane and Justin, a brief discussion about the angle Shane would like. Pulls it back ever so slightly. This is a little awkward. Don't think he was intending to run into that 7. Justin should be okay. A little right hand spin, float out to center table just above. Handles it nicely. This is also a bit touchy, a little bit thinner than they would have liked.
Yeah, Shane will be able to let his cue out here, though.
He's going to load this one up with right hand spin. Try to come 1-2 to around where he's standing. Get down here for this 8. Goes above the 9. It's too thin to twist it back. Bergman with a little tester here. Might have to go up and down or might be able to just roll it in. It's going up and down. And again, Shane will shoot a non-ball into that bottom left. That gave him problems earlier.
And knowing Van Boening, he wouldn't want it into any other pocket.
That's exactly right. 3-1, Jimmy.
Another very good and confidence-boosting run out by Bergman and Van Boening. Some great shot making, touch of luck, and plenty of skill, all sprinkled in.
Schmott having a little word with the Europeans over there. The boys are doing some dancing here. I mean, look at these guys. Okay, look at this dude with the hoodie and then, yeah. Oh, he's got the air guitar going. Yeah, all right. They desperately needed this, the Americans, the American fans. Filler with the blitzing of Van Boening to start the day to go up 4-2. Obviously, huge momentum for the Europeans.
Yeah, first trace of a smile I've seen on Shane's face there, too. He's still thinking about things, but American fans with a little bit to cheer about. Here in match number 2, day number 2. 4 days in total for the Mosconi Cup before the winning team will hoist it.
Filler's been breaking so well. Cue ball just pops slightly, hangs out in the center. Corner ball seems to be firing in. There's Thorpe pumping him up.
There's no event like it, and every one of them will tell you. And they all jockey for a spot to represent their side.
Corner ball bobbles this time, but the one goes in the top right. I believe the 2 squeaked out for a rail first possibility. Yeah. Maybe a slight swerve.
Yeah, maybe just.
What's up?
Might scratch off the 8. Off the 6 if I play with speed.
It's close.
It is close.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think you should be able to spin this and clip that 2 in. Position to the 3.
Pretty natural with left-hand spin to come rail first, 2 rails out. Oh, bobbles it, Jimmy. What a chance for the Americans.
Amazing, isn't it? This game of 9-ball, how things can turn.
But it is a game of inches. Just hits it a little bit too thin. You were talking about those deep shelves earlier, too. These pockets are not very forgiving at all. We have difficult equipment here for the best players in the world. Should be no other way. Nicely handled there. You just don't want to get too thin on that pink where we run into the purple 5 with the cue ball. So he does want to draw this back a fair amount. Touchy little shot. Nicely done.
Nice angle to get back up for the 6.
Just don't want to mess around with that 7. Bergman's taking a little bit of time trying to figure out how to nullify that. Loads it up with right. It's looking like 4-1, Jimmy.
Yeah. Justin hasn't really enjoyed a lot of success. He partnered Skylar Woodward yesterday. They got beat 5-1 in doubles play. And Jayson, Shaw, and Kazakis, the beneficiaries of that scoreline. But here, I think partnering Van Boening was something that he relished.
I think so too, and he's really shown up this match. He had that off day yesterday. Such a short sample size, but he stayed composed this match. Great player. Beautifully done.
Yes, Bergman and Van Boening doing the business here in match number 2. The American fans loving every minute of it. 4-1. They currently lead. And it's a tall order now for Team Europe to get back into this one. And Van Boening, well, you've got to tip your hat to him. Europe knew it was going to be a tough match. But all the momentum that Josh Filler provided from the opening match here, well, it's completely turned against them. And courtesy of Van Boening and Bergman, but Shane is really, he's really been able to put that first match aside and step it up.
Yeah, you said it on the break. That's what champions do regarding that kind of tough 9-ball that he had. The second one, this match, sunk it. Shook it off. indeed is what they do.
Co-captain Jeremy Jones, just with a quick word. Double J, we've had him in the commentary box and sees the game so well.
Oh, he's just masterful. Incredible tactician, plays all the games.
Great coach.
Probably a little bit of breaking advice there, I would think.
Yeah.
Speed-wise or what part of the one he wants to connect with. They've been keeping an eye on that wing ball. Watch the two. The two often flies in the corner. That's the idea. And the one comes right back to that corner where he's breaking. Two does go in. Hangs up there, although the 5 and the 8 are in the way. Rail first might be an option for Shane. With that 7 for a little bit of dessert. If he hits it thin like Shaw did, provided that he can see enough of the rail to go rail first, it could carry him in off the 7. That shot may be on.
Yeah, I think it is. I think Shane's looking at it right now, and like you said, with the 7 there, he's got a little bigger pocket than would normally be the case.
The 3 sitting in the middle of the table is a good thing for Shane, as he has a few different positional routes, but they're all fairly natural. Use some left-hand spin here. Beautiful shot, Jimmy. Still work to be done. Justin has a choice here between the side and the corner. I think the 9 might be in the way of the side where the bottom right corner. He can just shoot a high ball, try to make it, come back out for that pink 4. Tricky shot, though, as he declares extension.
Yeah, he knows, though, if he knocks this in, gets on the 4, the rack will be at his mercy. So that's really the key shot.
Yeah, this is a match-winning kind of shot. Goes on the side, tickles that 9. Beautiful shot. A little bit fortuitous to hit the 9 and have it turn out so well, but the center of the pocket, nicely struck. Shane can smell blood, Jimmy.
And there haven't been many players in the history of this sport that get to the finish line better than Van Boening.
Oh, yeah.
Center pocket. Well, the pairing of Bergman and Van Boening looks to be a match made in heaven.
Bravo Bergman, too, you know. I mean, just a flawless match, shaking off yesterday, and a massive pressure cooker, down 4-2 in the overall. They absolutely needed this. He delivered, Jimmy.
Yeah, and I think on paper, given the way day 1 unfolded and how well Filler played, even the first match here, you almost had to favor Team Europe.
Oh, a standing ovation. The building is vibrating.
Yeah, they know it.
Wow.
And a key point.
Gets no bigger than this. The Americans keep it close, Jimmy.
And they had to. 4-3 now. Europe just 1 point in front in the race to 11. It's going to be singles play next. Singles play next. Tyler Steyer, Eklund Kachi,